Myth number 10, spirituality should feel exceptional or out of the ordinary. You know, people may have heard of some major spiritual experiences that somebody else has had, or they might have had moments in their lives where they feel fully connected. They're really in that flow. And then what happens is they think that that's the way it should be. And so if it's not, they're disappointed. And what happens is that's attachment to having spirituality show up in a particular way, when in fact spirituality is this flow of spirit. It's flow of energy that moves through us, through our bodies, through our energy field, through our personalities, our psyches, and through our emotions. And it's a moment-to-moment kind of thing. So really, if we let go of that, then the mundane can become quite spiritual. It really can. And we just need to be sort of open to whatever is coming up. If we have that attachment and we just look for those big experiences, then what happens is we become more and more disappointed. We actually allow less and less of the spiritual into our lives. And that is actually constricting of our spiritual development. Here's the paradoxical kind of, footnote to this. The more you just sort of allow the mundane spiritual experience to come into your awareness, more profound it becomes. So it actually becomes bigger and bigger, but you can't go by looking for the bigness. So you have to sort of look for what is and see what unfolds. I said it was a top 10 list, right? And that was number 10. There is a number 11. Spirituality remains unchanging or constant. And, your listeners may be saying, well, why did she put in the 11th if she only said 10? Well, here's the deal. We have expectations. Our expectations get in the way all sorts of ways in our lives, and spirituality included. So if we think that, okay, it has to be a certain way, it has to be the way it was before. That's the way I experienced spirituality. I had tingling here, or I felt this heartfelt connection when I went into this church, or whatever it was, and it no longer feels that way, you get disappointed. And you're not open to what is flowing through. There is an ebb and flow to our spirituality. There is a changing. It's kind of like, a river. The water is always flowing through, but it's sometimes going to be faster, sometimes going to be slower, down, maybe down to a trickle. It's actually going to change sometimes the flow, and there'll be some drier areas and there'll be some areas where there'll be new flow. And if we just sort of stay in this place of looking for what is as opposed to having expectations, that place of what is that place where spirituality blooms into this reality.